Namaste again. And we move now from earth, base of the spine, to water. What is unique about water? What does the water element offer that none of the others do? As you bring your curiosity to this question, please take a strap. Any strap will do. Maybe even a rubber, a band of sorts, and then loop it through both loops, and then just one of them. Make sure that it's really taut, yeah? And then make it super tight, and walk your feet through it, and bring it up to your shins. Shin, shin. I get those two confused still, but this is the one I mean. So widen it enough that your heels can come apart. The idea here is that you are pulling the strap apart. Go ahead and place your hands to your hip bones, those very pronounced bones, and notice if one is a little bit in front of the other. There's a tendency of that. So just go ahead and just stretch one forward, the other one forward. All the while you're sending those outer calf muscles away from one another, like you're ripping the strap apart, and just back and forth. When the hips fall out of alignment, there's a lot of discomfort, yeah? Like sciatica, knee issues, ankle issues. So it's important to reestablish balance. When we're sitting for a long time, then our tendency to misalign will aggravate things. So it's important that after a few hours sitting at your desk, that you just work what we're about to work right here. This is also allowing the sacrum to tilt from side to side. The chakra that we're going to be working with now really appreciates the movement of the sacrum. And then go ahead and move the sacrum up and down. Yeah? Up and down. So this tilting of the sacrum. And so your outer glutes should be very much aware of what's happening here, right? You're definitely using them. And that's a good thing because those are strong muscles. They want to be put to use. Yeah. And you may even go into a full flexion if you like, lubricating the entire vertebral column. And a full extension, maybe even a slight back bend. Yeah, and then back and forth, just small movements, full movement, as you wish. Really stretching that band apart. And then from here, once you've had enough, but I recommend doing this daily, especially if there's issues such as the ones that I mentioned, or there's awareness that the hips are often misaligned. And then let's go ahead and come into a lunge, and let's use the chair to assist us with this lunge. So we're going to turn to the side, and the front leg will be resting on the seat of the chair, as where the back leg is just going to stretch back. So then here again, place the hands on the sits bones. No, not the sits bones, the hip bones. And notice that there's a tendency to lean towards the front leg, right? So reestablish that alignment of both hip bones. There may also be a tendency for that knee, that front knee, to move in. So from the inner groin, extend out and then push down. So create a really solid base. So coming back to the earth element, yeah? And maybe you're still contemplating on some of the unique characteristics, qualities of water element. And whatever comes to you, go ahead and bring into this area. You'll be useful. And then from the inner groin of that back leg, you're stretching back. And then breathe into those intercostal muscles. I like to take my thumbs to the back because I often forget to breathe into that, and it's so important, so valuable. So breathe into that, and then from that expansion, extend the arms up. Shoulders drop down, the neck remains long, and you rise. So rooting down to both legs equally as much to lift. Maybe even bringing the hands together. We'll explore back bend later. So for now, just that lift from the low abdomen up through the sternum, all the way up beyond the crown of the head where your hands are. And then just taking a moment back to center. So if what came to you is that water is moist, it's fluid, it's receptive, yielding, then fantastic. And it is also related to Swadhisthana Chakra. Yeah? So Swadhisthana Chakra and water element are very much interconnected. And so let's go ahead and play with the second side, and let's explore, consider in our minds what water element and Swadhisthana Chakra may exemplify when balanced. So again, that front leg is resting on the chair. The tendency of the knee to move in can be taken care of by moving from the inner groin down to the heel. So you do want to engage that outer glute as you've been doing all along. And then from the inner groin of that back leg, drive it all the way back to the inner heel. Again, breathing, expanding through the side ribs, back ribs, and then lifting the arms, an extension of the side body. Breathing. So as you continue to allow gravity to take you down, to really root through those legs, you're also envisioning gravity that lifts you up, beyond the fingertips even. Rooting down through the feet and rising up. Rooting down through the feet and rising up. So when balanced in the area of Swadhisthana and water, there is a sense of fulfillment. You savor life. You can fully express your creativity. When there is an excess of water, there's too much happening in the area of Swadhisthana Chakra, you are overrun by emotions. And when there's not enough, you lose your hunger, your flavor, your appetite, not just for food, but for all things. So, the movement of the sacrum, the awareness of the pelvic region, just with a few things that we did here. This is one of many, many, many ways to restore balance. So, I'll see you on the next video to explore